It never works first time, unless you're lucky. Done some email marketing over the last 10 days. I'll show you the results.
It's not bad.
Rupert is live, officially. I was hoping for better results, and it hasn't, annoyingly.
We are going to be doing the same thing that anyone else will be doing.
But you have to analyse and see what has and hasn't worked, and then go again. Welcome to the Fake Marketer, everybody.
Hello, everyone.
You don't have to go so close to the mic.
I don't know. Hello.
We haven't recorded for about 10 days.
No, we haven't actually.
We've changed.
Oh no, we haven't changed days.
We've changed the day.
Yeah.
So rather than a Monday night, it's a Wednesday night now.
Yeah.
Because I have to take and pick Quinn up to school, and it's a bit of a nightmare for me. So
Mondays were never great, though, were they?
No. So Wednesdays it is.
Yeah.
So welcome to the new podcast on a Wednesday, everybody.
Welcome, everyone.
Yeah.
Michael, good to have you here.
Bonjour.
You all right with that?
Yeah, I'm just getting. You can hear me, okay? Same as him.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Cool.
I feel like you're closer than me now.
No, it's just within a fist apparently.
Yeah.
So today we've got some news. What are you doing?
I'm being stupid.
You're an idiot. Right, we've got some news. Officially,
Rupert is live.
I'm going to go into it. Rupert is live, but we are going to discuss something which is close to our heart at the moment. As it never works first time. Good segue into Rupert.
Close to our heart.
Well, yeah, because Rupert.
Yeah, never works first time, so what's not worked?
Well, marketing just doesn't work first time, unless you're lucky.
No.
So I'm going to tell you, obviously we've done some email marketing over the last 10 days. Just really low key to keep the domain warm. But I was hoping for better results, and it hasn't,
Yeah.
annoyingly.
What's our subject line?
We'll go into that. But before we go, Rupert is live. Officially.
No one will believe you now.
No, it is. Well, no one listens to it. But no, it is. We are live.
Yeah.
We've got users on there.
Yeah.
I had an influencer yesterday, Jacob, on there, and I jumped on a call with him just to run through just an issue he had, and he couldn't believe it, how good it was.
Yeah.
The AI responses. He was in shock how good they were.
Do we know how many people we've had, or is it because they're still in the free trial?
No, we've got about 10 on there, 12 on there in the freestyle. So yeah, so it's good. It's
That's really good.
Yeah, we've got a lot of influencers that want to use it. So yeah, really good-ish start. Obviously, unfortunately, I'm not on it full time at the moment, which is a bit of a pain. But yeah, no, very good, very happy, and we're finally there. Finally there.
Well, the feedback's been brilliant from the people who've seen it. I've got a call Thursday, haven't I, with one of the users, who's one of our clients who has quite a lot of comments. Green company.
Oh, the green. Okay.
Be good to see what they think.
Yeah, it'd be good. Yeah. Yeah, look forward to that if they're using it, which is more important. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, Rupert's live. Bit of an anticlimax because I'm rammed at the moment, so I literally haven't been able to work on it annoyingly. So,
I know.
which is frustrating.
I know.
But marketing never works first time. Well, it does, but it's rare.
Well, we say this to our clients all the time. And now
We do.
And now we're seeing it for ourselves.
But we said, didn't we, that what I was excited for is, we're going to practice what we preach during Rupert. So take a step back. So the plan was originally to go live in April 2nd. Obviously, we've been delayed, and because of those delays, a lot of the influencers who are going to do some content for us have been sort of I can't get hold of them essentially. So we've had to start all that again from scratch on the system. So a lot of the work that we had planned has now had we've had to now sort of backdate a little bit. So what I decided to do first of all, which was, we'll run some email marketing, we'll get some cold data, and we'll just warm the domain up before we go to hundreds of thousands a week apart, opposed to like a couple of thousand here or there. So what I wanted to do today was actually show you, well, not show you, but tell you the results. So we bought two cold pieces of data. So the first batch was furniture suppliers in the UK, and we bought about just over 1,000. And then we also bought people that are in the e-commerce space, and there was 2,406. Okay, so about 3,000 records in total. Now, what we were doing is, rather than doing a blended approach of HTML and plain text, we were just doing plain text emails, and there was a sequence of three, so a Monday, a Tuesday, and a Thursday. And these emails all around free trials, it's telling the people or these businesses what their problem is around comments. and trying to get them into a free trial. Really long. They're long copy, aren't they? The first two, especially, they're really, really long. And then the last one is smallish, but still quite long copy. And we've used these in the past for MIB, haven't we? And they've worked really well. So one went last week. The e-commerce went this week, and the e-commerce is in the second email of the sequence of free. So what I thought I'd do is I'd show you the results, or tell you the results. So for the furniture, list, we've sent in total 3,128. 3,051 have been delivered. 77 were undelivered for either hard bounce or soft bounce. And again, because we sell this data via MIB, when people say to me about the bounce rates are always high, because I know what the quality of our data is like, I always have to say, well, if I use this as an example, I've not used any different. I've put an order in, I've processed it. Vicky's in the team, he's come to me and we've put it in. So email one had an open rate of 11.5% and a click-through rate of 0.39. It's a click-through rate, if you look at the opens, is a 3.4. Email 2, a 13% open rate and a 0.49 click-through rate. And email 3, 11.5% open rate and a 0.3 click-through rate. So the open rates I'm not too worried about. I'd expect them to be a little bit higher, around 15%. But in truth, these are furniture suppliers. So what I didn't want to do is sort of blow our load too quickly with some of the good data. I thought, right, if I just put some of the stuff in, which I know isn't going to be really super engaged, but it's going to be there or thereabouts. So open rate I'm happy with, but the click-through rate is really low. So what I need to look at now is, are those links too low? How high up have we got some call to actions? Are the call to actions too low? Or, so how many times do they have to scroll or read before we see a call to action?
Is it in exactly the same format as we did 8 years ago?
It is, but we know times have changed in those 8 years.
There's also that, and there's also the quantity we sent to. So I was just trying, as you were saying then, just trying to think about, and I can't remember what our open rates and click-through rates. We used to get a lot of leads through for free trials, but we were also sending to a lot of data. You see what I mean? So where I'm going with this is, have we sent enough data? If we had 50,000 to go to, would we on the platform, would we go, oh wow, we had loads of free trials through. The results may not be great, but the results of people actually logging in and going for a free trial is good. But it's taken 50,000 sends to get there. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, and that was always going to be the case, is that obviously we need to scale up because we can't just send to 50,000, 100,000 email addresses from day one. So we've had to warm the domain up, which is why we're going
the smaller.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So this is an ideal.
Will that also, sorry to interrupt, will that also be better once the domain's warmed up? Could the same list perform better?
Well, not so much in terms of deliverability, because the deliverability is very high. Like, we've only had 77 undelivered, so the deliverability is very good. I think what I'm testing at the moment is this HTML sequence, or sorry, the plain text HTML, the plain text sequence. Has that still got merit 8 years later? We don't know, but we've got to test. Yeah. Is the blended approach needed? So a blended approach would be HTML and plain text. Yeah. Is that required? Because it's again 8 years on.
Yeah.
The plain text itself isn't actually a true plain text. It's HTML masked as a plain text. So I need to see if that's worked versus a plain text.
So the way this has gone out is blended.
No, this is just a HTML. Well, it's a plain text, but in HTML format.
Which means that it's in they see it as a block.
Yeah.
Rather than like a normal written email.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah, but it's still, you wouldn't know any difference as a recipient. You wouldn't see any difference. But I'm intrigued to see the difference because I want to know if there's. So I will probably redo these emails to the same list as a true HTML. Yeah. True plain text, and see if there's any difference.
Yeah. Okay, but this is now it's time to analyse the subject lines, where the links are. Yeah.
So the subject line for email one, I can bring that up.
And it might be like 8 years later, social wasn't like it was now.
Email you.
I'm just thinking of the consumer itself, how we consume our content. You see what I mean? Is it going to be long? Is it shorter? Is it too long? Does it scare us seeing an email that's that long, whereas it was normal 8-10 years ago? Do we go, oh my god, I'm not reading on that?
I actually got coloured by one the other week, and I can't remember what it was, but it did intrigue me because it was long, and you rarely see long copy emails now. So
No.
my thought process was, well, it's going to stand out like a sore thumb, which is obviously what we want it to do. Obviously, like in this case, it hasn't. But if I was to look at the e-commerce data, so the e-commerce list, which is a little bit more aligned with who this product is going to help. So email 1, 10% open rate, 0.24 click-through rate. Then if you look at email 2, a 12.8% open rate and a 0.54 click-through rate. So again, still quite low. But again, is it the subject lines? Is it that it's long copy? Is it because there's not a blended approach?
Yeah.
But it hasn't worked first time. I was expecting to see, even with low volumes, to see something from this. I was expecting pretty one free trial from it, but we've not seen.
Yeah.
I've not seen any. But even us, being candid, is that we sell this service to clients, and it's an upfront of there's only so much, not so much we can do. We know the figures, but you have to analyse and see what has and hasn't worked, and then go again. Like we are,
Yeah, absolutely.
literally doing what we're doing now.
Yeah, absolutely. We are going to be doing the same thing that anyone else will be doing.
Yeah, and it's it's encouraging because there's only been 3 emails to each list, so it's still so early on. It's been a week, that's all it is. But in terms of those initial findings, I was hoping to see maybe one, or something. But what I've not done yet is obviously analysed any of the subject lines. I've not looked at how far people are scrolling down. Email 2 is clearly, with the furniture data, email 2 is working. Now that's forward.
Is that the one that has the standard of, did you see this? It's like a reply email, isn't it?
It's a reply email saying, did you see this email yesterday?
Yeah, which works well, doesn't it? That one?
Yeah.
So what's the approach now that you've done those? There's obviously other stuff you want to change and test. What do you do next, basically?
So I probably won't send to the furniture data again. What if I do? It'll be just testing a true plain text email versus what we've done, because I don't want to look at. There's not much more I can look at. I know the market's not. It's not the right audience. It is the right audience, but it's not an easy sell to that particular audience because they probably don't have the volume of comments that I'd want them to have. So I'll test that. In terms of the e-commerce data, I'll start looking at where, and if they are clicking, where they're clicking. So what links they've clicked. Is it high or is it down the bottom?
Yeah.
Because if they're clicking down the bottom, it means that someone's probably engaged that entire email, clicked, and then not proceeded. So why is that? Because if someone's going to read a long copy email and then not proceeded after the click, why is that?
Yeah, okay, yeah. But like we said, it could be the payment gateway.
Well, I'll be able to see if they've created a free trial and then if they've cut off.
But then we can also look at the pixel page on the website to say, well, they've clicked the first bit, but 100 people a day click the first bit, only 10 go past the payment.
Or we've set up GA4 to see this entirely. So something I made sure we did with Rupert was, again, practice what we preach. All the tracking is set up so we can track where people are falling off and where is our bottleneck. Is it that payment gateway? If it is, okay, well, how do we amend that? Like you said earlier or yesterday, which is, actually if they come off there and they can't really see how the platform can work for them.
Yeah.
But also, I want them tied in, so it's a.
So they're not going to see how the platform works without giving us a credit card.
Yeah.
Unless they're completely sold, but they're not sold enough yet. So if it's a referral from us as a business or someone else refers someone, in time, that's different. Then it's like you're ready to sign up, aren't you? If someone's like, "I've got to use Rupert, it's amazing, I've been using it all the time," that person's not going to get miffed about a payment gateway.
No.
But someone off an email might be because
Well, they're going to be sceptical.
It's like, yeah, exactly.
Totally get it. So we'll see. We always knew. Well, I always knew that this is going to be a test and learn early on. But it's how for us, it's how quickly can we test.
It might be that it goes back to that in a year's time. Potentially.
Yeah. At the moment we just don't know what we don't know. So the emails, like I said, in terms of the open rates, I'm quite happy. Click through rates poor, but again, what can we do to increase that? Is it because, like I said, the call to actions are too low on the email? So I need to start understanding that. I definitely think the HTML blended approach is going to work. And also, although the emails are brilliant, when you read them, there's not loads of value in them. So actually, I was thinking, why don't I do a blended approach where the plain text emails are just a simple stat? I'm going to send you one stat on why your comments are so important for you as a business. 88% of people would not purchase from a business if they're seeing an answer complaint on social media. These are stats available. So actually, if you get a stat a week for 5 days, there's enough value there to go, okay, I can see how this can work for us. So, but again, this is all the learning. This isn't going to happen from day one.
And the subject line is stat 2 or whatever, and they get it for 5 days in a row.
Yeah.
And by that time, they're like, I'm reading this. I'm actually going to click through and see what this is about.
How many social media managers is that going to support and help? What's lovely about Rupert is it's going to help so many businesses with this issue. I was on the phone with Renault yesterday. Jo, she does it herself. I couldn't believe it.
Interesting thing was actually the other day. So, two things. A green company who are now trialing it was because coincidentally I was on my call with them first BAU business, and they at the end of the call said, we've got the social media girl starting soon. She's going to be doing a number of things, organic stuff, and she's also going to be dealing with these bloody comments saying that we're scammers for this new detergent that we're doing. And I was like, that timing couldn't be any more perfect for us to lead into something else now. And he said, brilliant, he's in it now, it's brilliant. So that's why I said it'd be good to have the feedback. And then the other example is yesterday, I think you had said, you'd slapped me saying, we keep getting these our accounts are going to be restricted on Facebook comments. And so I was like, I knew it was a scam. I tell everyone it's a scam, but when it's your own baby, it's like, I'm going to go a little bit further into this and just make sure. So I got on the phone to Meta, and he said, can you show me the example? And I was like, I can't, it's been hidden. It's been quarantined. So it wasn't on the Facebook page. So then I had to go into Slack, download your thing and show him a screenshot. He was like, and I said, no, it's because it's been quarantined. It's just been hidden, don't worry about it. And I was just like, it's worked. It's come in, it's worked, hasn't it? It's quarantined, a scam. So yeah, anyway, anyone who's listening who sees these things, if you've got a Facebook account, Meta has said they will never, ever, ever tell you anything on a comment. It'll always be an email or an actual notification.
But how many, I saw it and I went, obviously I'm not in the accounts at all now, and you were like, I was like, better check with Nick just in case. I've gone through too much grief with this account, with this can't be quite, this can't be
which makes sense really. Why would Meta send out something important to a comment of a video?
Yeah, like to everybody.
Yeah, but the problem is, Nick, why do they do half the things they do?
True.
So
yeah, I
totally understand it, but it's
got to be checked.
It's got to be checked.
But yeah, so that was 2 instances. That's pretty cool.
It's everyone I've seen it. Like I was Paul, who's the chairman at Box Park, and I sent him the deck today because he saw us at the launch party here and was interested. So some really UNICEF, there's some really cool conversations going on in the background. Which
Renault.
Just mentioned Renault.
Did you?
Joe, I had a conversation with him last night. That's how you got onto Green Company.
Did you mention? You didn't say Renault though, did you?
Yeah, Renault.
Did you really?
Yeah. We can play it back. And,
okay.
Yeah, that's right. I was on the phone with Renault yesterday. Jo, she does it herself. I couldn't believe it. Yeah.
Did not realise, sorry.
No, it's the listening.
Rather than staring at the wall.
Honestly, he knows what he's on about. So that's the email side of it, which again hasn't worked from day one. Even us as seasoned email marketing experts, literally seasoned, hasn't worked first time.
Well,
can I ask before you move off the email thing? Are you talking about warming up the domain? What does that mean?
So
good question.
So, Michael, brilliant question.
It leads to something called throttling.
Yes, although to be fair, this platform that we're using at the moment
does it?
Basically what it is if you were to buy a michaelharris.com, right, and you sent 1 million emails to a cold email list in a day or a week or a month, let's say a week, and you had a certain number of complaints, your domain would get blacklisted for spamming. it would be absolutely done straight away. So then you wouldn't be able to use that domain. So what you need to do is need to build trust in the domain by sending a certain volume, and just gradually
the ISP, isn't it?
Yeah, and just making sure that all the deliverability is good. You're not getting any complaints. Like, for example, the amount
scammers, aren't they? You can imagine all the scam emails.
Just buy data and just send it.
Absolutely.
That's why GDPR came in, especially on the consumer side. So, we've had 2 complaints out of all the emails we've sent, which is now over 11,000 emails have been sent in its entirety. And we've had two people that have actually said, "Oh, this is a spam." Oh, one was actually a spam. Then one called me last night, actually, on my mobile, going, "Excuse me, can you stop emailing me?" I was like, "Yeah, of course I can, mate." Actually, I'll tell you what, had a great chat with him. So he lives in Australia now. Good guy. Love it. I love people that complain. Just get into a chat with them.
Does he want a sex?
Well, he's got one. So he's moved over to Australia. And I was like, "Talk to me about that." I said, "Look, I know I've gone off a massive tangent now." I said, "Talk to me about this because I'm really keen for it." He said, "Best thing you'll ever do in life." So I don't care. With kids as well, best thing you'll ever do. I'm like, okay, that's one for the bank. But really good guy. So he works 8:30 till 3 in the UK, in Australia, got a job. And then he's still got his business here in the UK, which he runs till like midnight. Really good guy. He said, I'm living the dream. I've got 2 wages. I was like, okay, good guy.
He doesn't need Rupert.
I tried to get him there, but he wasn't having it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, nice guy though. Nice guy. So yes, that's what it means by warming the domain. So if you get blacklisted, you're in a right tiz. But if you do, there are systems where you can get your sort of build up trust again in your domain. And one, if anyone has ever done this, is called let me pull it off. It's called Inbox Alley. So Inbox ALLY, and what they'll do is they'll send a certain amount of emails just in the background and making sure they deliver. So you can see it builds it back up essentially. And it took this one client that we used it for, they got 100% bad back to basically 100%. It was dead, and it took them 2 weeks to get their domain
back up again.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it cost about $750. It's a US firm.
Okay.
Still very good. Yeah, very, very good. So there you go. But not only are we doing email, we're also doing social media. We're doing paid social, believe it or not.
I've had some Rupert ads.
Perfect.
I think I had a Rupert ad within Facebook Marketplace, which I've not
When was this? Not recent, not like this week.
Yeah, I think it was.
Well, you got the retargeting, haven't you? Well, that's what.
Oh yeah, sorry, the retargeting.
So this was what I was gonna. So this was what I was going to say. So although we've got the email, we've also done a retargeting ad. So although we're not using paid social to acquire new customers, well, we're not going out from a new.
We will as soon as we've got some content. We'll be that'll be going on, won't it?
Yeah, but for now we're just because we're warming up the domain. Obviously, anyone that hits the site organically, then gets fed a retargeting ad. So you set those up, Nick. So what ads were they?
They were ads that have been taken from our launch, testimonial ads where we've been asking people about it, and then a couple I think that Michael had created. So they're just going as an awareness campaign, but to an audience of people who have engaged with us in different ways.
So they've hit our agency.
They've hit the ads clinic, they've hit Rupert, and done it that way. We could also take this a little bit further and import the email e-commerce list.
Yeah, we could do.
And do a match.
Yeah.
And add that to the audience, because the audience is going to be very big at the moment. So we could just add that as another custom audience inside it, which means they'll see the emails, but they'll also start seeing.
Do you have any stats?
No.
Nothing at all.
Not even a guess.
Can you have a look on your ads manager on your phone? Well, I'm impressed, Michael. You've seen an ad, because that means it's.
My mum texted me as well and said she got a Rupert ad as well. So you go.
Michael's mum's seen a Rupert ad.
Because she's in your phone list.
Where is it? She's probably looked at the website as well.
Yes, we've done the retargeting and we've done the email. So Nick's now going to have a little gander. So Nick, you're on ads manager. So how long has it been running? What have we spent? CPMs, tell me.
So we're because we don't have loads of traffic, we're only spending £6 a day.
Nice.
Each day we're having around about 450 people it's reaching. 845 impressions of those. CPM of £7. Now that CPM should be lower, but it's the size of the audience. So the more people we can get into that audience, the lower it will be. So that's it's not bad. We could have done better. Let's see if we get.
Just bear in mind, I've not actually heard or seen these results. So this is brand new to me.
Testimonial 1 version 5 is the one that's working the best, which is
with what? Yeah, Rob Withers. Yeah, he really
talking
liked
about the amount of time it takes going through the comments. So it's just a way of just getting into people as much as we can, so they just constantly see it, because they don't know. You'll still say sponsored as a sponsored ad, but it's just a way of getting ads in front of people who are a bit warmer more often.
Well, if you've spent money, for us, we've spent money on email marketing, and you've got a certain volume of people that have clicked your ad and gone through to your website. You want that to be. Do you want them to?
But you asked me the other day whether we would put that free trial. We had the free trial wait list on, didn't we?
Yeah.
Now that was getting someone to join our wait list because they couldn't go any further for £18 to get someone to sign up to the wait list. Now, it might be worth, because there's a 1.36% click-through rate on that, it might be worth turning that ad on, but it not being a wait list and it actually going straight through to signing up for Rupert as a free trial. Because the more people we have go through, the Pixel's going to learn quicker. And we might 18. That's 18 quid. It's going through as someone.
Do you want to? Let's do this live. Do you think we should? I know you've got to go and do some stuff to it, but do you think we could turn that back on?
Yeah, I think we could. I just need to do some adjustments in it, make sure it's going to the right places. The only thing is, which was we were all skeptical about it, is it's not proper content for how to use the platform, is it? It's kind of stuff we've made out of the launch night and stuff like that. But it got enough people to sign up for a wait list at £18. It'd be interesting to see how many people we can get signing up on the free trial, and if they're at £18, and then let's say 1 out of every 2 actually signs up and starts paying, then it's actually going to be okay even at that cost. But when we've got some influencer stuff, which I know obviously you're trying to plan on getting.
Well, I'm literally in discussion with them all now. They're actually creating. Some of them are actually logged on and creating them now. One of them, Jacob, I don't know if I mentioned it early on, but
he liked. Yeah,
I couldn't believe it. Absolutely, he was.
So
shocked.
how long? So this is going through our influencer platform that we use. How long do you think it would be? You put that out today, did you?
They've got till the 19th to. Sorry, they've got to the 19th to create the content.
Do you think we'll get any back early that we can use, or how does that work?
Well, they've bid on this content plan, and I've accepted the bids that I feel are most appropriate for us, small business owners or people that are creating quite a lot of content, and they're now going to create 3 videos about how the sign-in process, their initial thoughts, and a few days of using it, what there are genuine, responses to in their feedback. So I'm really excited actually to see those. And then we
can use that as ads, basically.
Yeah, we can use all that content, yeah.
That's exciting, isn't it?
Yeah, it's cool. But Jacob, the lad who hasn't gone through the platform, I know him because some of the work he's done for clients of ours, and he, like I said, he couldn't believe how good it was. And he's, really kindly, he's going to do us 2 videos, one for business owners, because he is a business owner himself, but also because half his work life is really being an influencer, he's also going to do an ad which is specific for influencers. Because he said there's a real issue with influencers and comments. So, he's really kind.
Did he say that? Did he describe what that issue was?
Oh, well, he was going to get someone I think I mentioned on a recent podcast, which is he was going to get someone in the Philippines to monitor his comments.
Oh, yeah, that's the same guy.
Yeah, same guy. Yeah, same guy. So there you go. Doesn't happen for everyone first time, even us as an agency.
Yeah.
Bit of honesty.
Yeah.
Bit of candour.
Well, I had it yesterday with a client that's been ongoing, and we spent a lot of time and money on getting video production done, haven't we? And now it's with the client, 10 videos. Michael, you're doing work on these, and it's just wanting that perfection. I actually quoted Winston Churchill which was, perfection is the enemy to progress, because this has been weeks of bang bang. I explained to them, I said, guys, you do realise Emma's diary, for instance, we've had this year 55 videos and I'm using 5. That's how much you go through before something works. So I was like, you're getting hung up on tiny little editorial things. In a week's time, we might chuck this video out. Hence the Winston Churchill quote. You don't. No, it's true though.
I know. You click that up.
What if like with
in his bio?
What if these emails? Like you spent some time doing this, but what if that would have had like a 4-person process, sign-off process, and it was taking weeks and weeks, like a big company would take?
Oh no, I get it.
It's like email flop. We need to write another one. Oh really? They'd lose interest on doing the sign-off for the next email, wouldn't they?
No, I get it. But that's why people employ people like us, because we don't get. We have to just keep
not
going.
emotional about it.
No. Obviously, it's frustrating, but we've been in this too long. But again, we've had that knowledge for years of being able to see what has and hasn't worked. And
well, we've always got everyone working eventually, haven't we?
Oh, look, this will work. It'll just take time. That's all. That's the reality to it. So, good podcast for a Wednesday.
Yeah,
really enjoyed that. So thank you, Nick, for coming. We're now gonna record what ads we've seen this week. We've enjoyed, and if you want to see that, you can go over to our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
With our new logo. Can I just actually a little shout out to Michael? He's done our new logo. Have you seen it?
No, I've not seen it.
Of course you haven't.
Right. I don't get sent these things. So unless I'm going to go in my day of boredom. Oh, I've got an hour spare today. I'm going to message everyone in the business and go, oh, what have you done lately that I should see that I'll be really impressed with? No, that hasn't happened.
No, but it's on.
And I didn't get sent it. Thank you.
All right, Michael, do you want to show him our new logo? Because I haven't got a camper van anymore, so...
Of course, that's why it's been changed. Very good. Oh, I'm included on that, am I?
You are?
I'm included.
Well, you were a main host on the last episode, weren't you, with Greg?
Thank you very much.
Is that coming out this week?
It's tomorrow, yeah.
Have I recorded an intro for that?
I did it.
Nick
No.
did an intro.
It's going on both podcasts, actually, isn't it?
Yeah, it's out. It was out on your one on Monday.
I know, I listened to some of it. Anyway, guys, see you next week. Go over to YouTube to see what ads we enjoyed this week.
Yes.
Bye, Nick.
Bye.